Welcome to the 1994 Grand Final preview, and I'm actually out at Osborne Park, and with me I have the captain and coach of North Geelong, and Daryl Jones. Welcome, Daryl.
All right.
First of all, it's going to be a very tough game, I think, on Saturday. You're probably unexpectedly going to play Anakie. I think probably you would have thought it was going to be amateurs. Is that right or wrong?
Well, I sort of had a premonition for quite a few weeks, actually, that, you know, if Anakie did make the finals, I had a funny feeling that they would go all the way to the grand final, and, you know, they've done that, and it's up to us now. You know, it's us versus them Saturday, and it's whoever's the form side on the day. I'm sure we'll take it out.
Actually, I'd like to congratulate you on a great effort this year. It's one of those very rare occasions when a coach takes the reins for a year and you succeeded to get into the grand final. So congratulations on that. And a question about that, how do you think that's going to affect you on Saturday? What, are you going to leave a lot of work to the bench, which you've probably done most of the year? Or
Yeah, well, as you said, I've had two real good, Tony Swinnis and Brian Hodgkins, that have helped me all year on the bench. Sort of started the year, I tried to do it, you know, all myself, but I realised I couldn't, and so I more or less asked them. We had a bit of a talk about it, and they've helped me through the year, and it's worked really well. Yeah, so they'll be, you know, nothing will change Saturday. They'll be in charge of making the moves, and you know, if I see something out there that I think, you know, a move that should be made, well, I'll certainly let them know and the runner know. Yeah, that's how it's been working all year.
That
mate.
Seems to be a pretty good relationship you got there. The other thing I want to ask you about, you're just about to head onto the training track right now. What sort of a preparation are you going to have for this week going into the grand final? Knowing you have to play Anakie, how do you approach that?
Well, you know, this week's mainly going to be just a week, you know, to hone our skills. There'll be nothing hard about the week, you know. As the old saying goes, if you're not fit by grand final week, you know, you shouldn't be, you know, shouldn't be in it. And as I said, we'll be out there for an hour tonight and probably half, three-quarters an hour Thursday. And as I said, just to hone on our skills and you know, build on that spirit that we've built on over the year, I suppose, and go into Saturday's grand final. Hopefully, everyone with a, you know, head full of confidence.
Certainly, Sid, it's a great tradition out here. This is the third year in a row, of course, you're playing in the grand final, so I guess that's certainly an advantage as well.
Well, yeah, we've certainly got a fair bit of finals experience in our side, and you know, I look at it. I've told the blokes, well, the skill level's there, the fitness is there, the as I just said, the final. There's a lot of finals experience there, so it's all mental now. You know, it's all in the minds, and it's just a case of everyone, you know, that runs onto that ground Saturday. Our 20 blokes have got to produce the goods on the day. You know, it's a big mental thing. You know, you've got to get over.
Sure, as I said before, it's only Tuesday night, and I know you well enough that you're not going to give too many secrets away. But Craig Eves didn't play in the second semi-final. I guess he'd probably be. I think it was a hamstring, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had a hammy.
So I guess he'd be up for selection this week.
Yeah, well, he hasn't fully tested it, and this week will tell. So probably tonight he'll give it a bit of a test, and then Thursday we'll give him a good work over to see if it is right. And if it's not 100%, well, he'll miss out. But you know, hopefully he'll come up. He's a pretty fit fella, Craig, and he's worked pretty hard on it. So
the other one, of course, is Jeff. Unfortunately, Marnie got 3 weeks suspension, and he certainly can't play.
Yeah, well, Jeff's, yeah.
So that'll be a bit of a blow, I guess.
Yeah, well, definitely. You know, Jeff's been around a long time. He's played a lot of finals footy and played a lot of good finals footy, so he's going to be sorely missed. But you know, we can't sort of do much about that at this stage. Yeah.
I know you want to get out on the track there, Sid. Just before you do go, just quickly in a few words, where I know you certainly believe that you can win this. Where do you think you can win it, and why?
Well, I think the key to the game for us is that, you know, as I just said, that everyone performs to the best of their ability. I think, you know, there's a couple of, you know, prime movers in their side with the Bissets down forward. You know, we've got to really, you know, work on not letting them, get away with the game, scoring goals. And but as I said, it's just a case of on the day that the guys that take the field for us have got to perform. And we're not going out there expecting anyone in particular to star, or we're not looking for legs to kick a bag of goals or Scap to get a million kicks, that sort of thing. As I said, it's a team game, and we need 20 blokes to perform Saturday to be winners. So that's bottom line of it, mate. Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much, Sid. And if you're the guy holding that cup up after the game, I can understand how you'll feel after
pretty,
all the time you put in North Geelong, and to be captain and coach would certainly be a great effort. And all the very best for Saturday.
Okay, Laurie, thanks very much, mate. No worries.
Thank you. Out amongst the gum trees out here at the Roo land, I've got the captain and coach of Anakie and Daryl Bishop. Welcome, Daryl.
Thanks, Laurie.
Naturally, you'll certainly be looking forward to Saturday's encounter with the Magpies at Western Oval.
Yes, we're definitely looking forward to it. It's been a long, virtually 2/3 of a year for us. The first third of the year wasn't very good at all, but we've regrouped, gathered pretty well. We've started to play fairly well towards the end of the year, beat a lot of the top sides, and we're very much looking forward to this Saturday.
It's certainly been a fairy tale end to probably a season, as you said on Saturday. I happened to be in the room that you started off slowly. I like your approach to it. You've taken every game as it comes along, one at a time, and I like what you said last Saturday. You had to strive to get second spot. You certainly got that. Now, I guess the next thing is you strive to get that number one spot.
Yes, most definitely. We won the first game of the year against Werribee. We thought we were in for a big year, and then we, after round 7, we'd only won 2 games and we were struggling. We'd been beaten by no less than 9 goals by most of the top sides, including Bannockburn in the second division. And we thought, well, that's going to be a long year for us and end in August. But the way it's gone, the fairy tale's continued for us. We looked at it. We were lucky enough to finish 3rd, which doesn't give you much advantage over the 4th side. But we wanted the second spot, which is a chance to play in the grand final, and that's the way we strove through. But it's definitely a fairy tale as a coach's point of view at this stage.
Yeah, well, actually, you've played one another twice this year. The first time they defeated you fairly easily. The next time there was only 2 goals in it. So you've got the chance to amend that. Where and why do you think you'll win this game? I know you'll win it, or don't know that you'll win it. I know you think that you can win it, of course. But where do you think you certainly where in the spots where you think you can do the job?
Well, just that our balance of our side's very good at this stage now. We look at it that we're playing our big boys down the middle. Our experienced blokes have played a little bit better, and we're getting a lot more out of our youth. And our youth are our runners, and they've pulled us out of a lot. We look at it, North Geelong, like their finals campaign over the last 7, 8, 10 years, I suppose, has been very good. I mean, a lot of their players will be up to 30, 40 finals games, which a lot of our blokes are playing. Our young blokes are playing their first grand final or first final series. We just think our strength and our experience, which has got us through with our side, we call it the outriders, our outrunners, our young kids to just hopefully mop up what we don't take. We try and outmark sides, and that's what we look at. We've been doing in the last probably 14 weeks.
Well, that's right, Daryl. Actually, I've seen you play a few times. I've been very impressed with those outriders, as you call them, those the Flynns and the Lights and the smaller type of players. And I actually like the way you play direct, and I think that's something that a lot of GDFL sides don't do, is go direct. Anakie, because you've got yourself up on the 4 line, I guess, and you've got Corey up there as well. Probably people that can't run 100 metres in even timers, but people kick the ball up to you. And I think I heard you say last Saturday week that when you're in a bit of trouble, kick the ball up high. And I noticed it from the commentary box, that's exactly what you did.
Yeah, well, that gives us, as you said it right at the nail, right in the head. We're not our big blokes aren't very fast, and we're not that mobile. But what we try and do is, if we can kick the ball near, it gives our big blokes a chance to go and compete. If you're going to kick a ball up to myself or Corey, 30 metres away, we got no hope of getting to it. But if you can kick the ball where we're in reach, as long as we can compete every ball, we're happy. It's not, we don't want blokes like Jones running around the back line and Hardeman, Swennis and getting these easy marks. We've got to compete, and that's what we've done the last 14 weeks. We've competed every contest.
Just as an old coach point of view, it'd probably be a tactical sort of a game. Would you probably go in the way you've played for your last 13 or 14 games, or or you just mentioned Sid Jones there a moment ago, or would you be having some sort of a game plan to man some of those players up?
Well, it'd be silly not to say we weren't going to be. I mean, they've got, we look at, going back even from 1991, we've sort of looked at each other's sides for a long time, as much as they know a lot about us. Maroney, Swinnison, that much for Jones, Vac now.
That was a good catch, by the way.
Yeah, they're very good. It's probably the only one I've had all weekend. They're very good players, and that's the way that we'll be definitely keeping an eye on them. We look at it's a tactical game. I mean, you can't play too much tactics, I believe, in GDFL football. We're not playing AFL or VFA sort of football where tactics does come into it. We're just looking at getting out there, and every game's a different game of football, as you know, Laurie. And we're looking at whether it could rain or it could be a very good day. We don't care. Tactics does not going to take a part in our game.
Yeah. Well, certainly the feeling I've got amongst the people I've spoken, it's certainly divided. There's a lot of people think North Geelong can do it, and there's certainly a lot of support for Anakie. And Daryl, I'd like to wish you all the best of luck for Saturday, and whoever is holding that cup, I'm pretty sure they'll have a pretty enjoyable time when they're watching this video on Monday. Yes,
I think the best side on the day, when there's no doubt about that, we just believe we're playing well, and as we know, North Geelong have been very successful over the years under the good guidance of Dick Philpott, but I always say may the best side win, and hopefully it can be us at the end of the day.
Thanks very much, Daryl, for your time.
Yeah.
We also have Neville Gogol, captain of Anakie, with me as well. Neville, welcome to the show. First of all, I'd like to shake you by the hands because I'm not used to these guys that play football with gloves on, but they feel really good as well.
Yeah, they do.
Saturday's game is certainly very important. Just spoke to Daryl there before. You're captain. You're the guy that's got to lead them out on the ground there. I've watched you play the last few weeks. Your form's pretty good. You're keeping that back line together along there. How do you see the game on Saturday?
Oh, definitely going to be a hard game. Every grand final is a hard one to play, and we'll just go about it the way we've been going about the last 13 games and see what happens at the end.
It's certainly been a fairy tale time for you people out here, isn't it?
Definitely,
yeah. But you're doing, as Daryl said before, one game at a time, and this one happens to be a premiership, but this is the important one. There's certainly no more after this.
Oh, it's definitely the most important game of the year, and as you said, it is a fairy tale, and if we happen to win it, it'll be a great end to a good fairy tale, I think.
Where do you see where Annie's going to win this game yourself?
Oh, it's going to be
Would it be with Welshie? You think Welshie'd have a big bearing on this in the middle?
Oh, definitely. Welshie's had a big year, and he's going to be a big bearing on the game, but our forward line and, as you said, our back line's been holding together. I think it's going to be an easily matched game, and just whoever wants it most in the end, I think.
Yeah, so I believe that your overall strength is, you've brought some of these running type players that we saw, the Fleas and the Lights, and
the Greaves,
yeah, the Greaves are very impressed with him, and Jimmy Allen played fairly well last Saturday.
He's an old bloke,
he's an old bloke, so there's still time for
him.
Yeah. So I'd like to wish you all the best.
Cannon and Robbie Watson, and now director downstairs is the Fandango man, Noel Fanning.
Please leave the playing arena and stay behind the
And of course, a special thanks to the GDFL and the sponsors for the 94 season, majors being Citibank, Bay City Cabs and Aberdeen Shadow.
Of course, Ronnie, the APCO Easy Shops, the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountants, Country FM, we're on the radio next year doing that. The Queen of the West Hotel, Ruth and David Dean have been very good to us out there. And of course, Ray Edwards at the Carovilles News Agency.
Yes, and of course, the Buckley's Tabaret, the Geelong Football Umpires League Incorporated.
Rowex, the printers, were up there too, of course.
Yes, Rowex doing a fine job producing a great footy record each week for the Geelong and District Footy League. And yeah, all in all, it's been a lot of effort from a lot of people, producing a very, very fine grand final day here for the 1994 season.
Now, players are moving into line up for the playing of the national anthem. Ron, while they're doing that, Laurie, let's have a selection.
Well, in one word, I'm going to go for North Geelong. I think it'll be a top game. There's a big crowd here today, and I don't believe it'll be over early. I think it'll go right up to the wire.
Your margin?
I'd say North by 6 points. Just around the traps a moment ago, I spoke to Ray Robinson, the ruckman from Corio. He suggested Anakie by 8 points.
Next year's bosses in the umpires, fellas.
Yes, there he is, Phil Dower and Ray Edwards.
Shown us his eye from last Saturday night.
Dennis Hines, the North Geelong coach for the last 2 seasons, naturally enough, has predicted North Geelong by 3 goals.
Okay, here's the bit of a shot here as the anthem goes on. We've been in the North Geelong rooms. There's Big Dick Philpott, the president. He'll be on tender hooks today. There's Neil Alford. There's the axe, Shane Burns. You'd have him in your side, Ronnie. He's as tough as they come.
Yeah, certainly. And
Black armbands on too, Ronnie.
yeah, I'm not sure on the reason. Alan Moroney there in the background, and he'll be a vital cog in the works. Ivan Jovanovic and number 25 Guernsey there for the North Geelong side, and Skoko.
He might get a job in defence today, I reckon, Skoko. I reckon he might play in Corey Bishop.
Simon Vack there, just very sedate, just thinking about what he's going to do.
Move around, that looks like Daryl Jones. We can't see his number, but it is the long sleeves of the Sydney, made famous out at the North Geelong Oval.
A little bit of a hoodoo over North Geelong because the superstition pays a lot in football, and they've never won a grand final from those particular rooms. So it'll be interesting to see if they can break the hoodoo today.
Well, there's an interesting one. There's Neil Alford on screen there too. Of course, they'll have Pastovic, Stewie Harmon. Interesting to see Greg Bellwood picked in the side. He hasn't played a game of senior footy for a fair while, Ronnie, and Malcolm Key hasn't played for 5 or 6 weeks either.
No, but, well, Belly, he's been renowned for his tough, hard,
He's a good finals player.
tear-away defensive tactics, and, well, I don't think he'll let him down, put it that way. There he is, Big Dick.
Out of the rooms now. The man, biggest Citibank himself.
Yeah, certainly, and of course there's the biggest video crew. And now we're in the Anakie rooms.
There's Daryl Bissett bending over there, just getting the back a bit of a rub. Had a quiet day last week. Justin Andrews is a bit good for him, but he cut loose in the last quarter and set up a couple of nice goals for them. Here's the Anakie side here. As selected this, they won't line up this way. The backs Flynn, Bradford and Costello. The half-backs Simon, Pittman and Gogol. The centres Gavin, Camarotto and Judd Tate. It's about a 6'4" wingman, don't believe that. Half-forwards Greaves, Jolly and Light. The forwards Elmer, Corey Bissett and Scotty Hearn. The rucks Welsh and Daniel Bissett. The rover Carter. The interchange players we'll get for you in a minute. North Geelong, Ronnie.
Yeah, okay, Milne, Hardeman, Simpson, Eves, Widdowson, Bellwood, centre line Elzinga, Schwennerson, Burns. That'll be a vital line. Half forwards, Pastovic, Alford, Skoko, and I've got to tell you, Alford is starting on the ball thanks to Tassie Hodgson. Forward line Moroney, Boothroyd, Jovanovic, followers Vac, Jones, Brogdon, interchange Key and Benstead.
Interchange for Anakie. We reckon it's Mickey Gibbons and we think it's also Andrew Jamison.
Okay, umpires David Rhodes, Sean Ryan, a first bounce down.
Up goes Alford in the ruck, does the ruck work too. A little kick out here from Welsh, intercepted. North Geelong come into attack quickly through Eves down towards the half-forward zone. No mark taken. Pastovic slaps it back through his legs. He got one over the shoulder, and Ivan Pastovic takes the first free kick of the grand final, and he takes that out there at half-forward. And this is 50 metres. He'll take it in the goal square.
Okay, and there's a bit more information. You know, there we are. Is Craig Eves fit? That's the question we ask. Is half-forward flank ruck roving? So there you are.
Okay.
Interesting move because Craig's played most of his football for North Geelong and half back.
Pastovic kicks the first goal of the grand final. He puts North Geelong in front. They've got a quick one on the board. Ivan Pastovic, the result of a free kick and a 50-metre penalty, has drilled it right through the centre.
I would suggest a good shot there of Ivan. Looking pretty happy about that shot at goal. Yes, it's all clear, Ivan. And, well, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if, well, Alford on the ball. That's going to be an interesting contest with the big fella, Welshie, because he's been dominating. Laurie, your thoughts?
Well, I think it's going to be very, very important now, this centre duels here. I just wanted to see what Camerotto was doing there. It looks like Camerotto and Swinnerson are playing wide of one another. I thought maybe they want to tag one of those players, but not to be. That was a bit of a good start for North Geelong. Fortunate enough to get a 50-metre penalty.
Jamie Elmer got the task of tagging the captain, Sid Jones.
Bounce down, back in the middle, up goes the big fella Walsh, got the hit down, knocked back away from him. Gibbons has a fresh air shot off the ground, he's got it forward, up towards half forward. Nobody home. Oh, well charged down there. Little Flynn did well, the ball ricochets off, it goes out towards half forward flank in Anakie's attacking zone. Here comes Belwood, had it again for a while, he kicks it round the boundary line, it spills up the hands of Gogol, who's picking up Ivan Jovanovic. Gogol kicks it back towards the big fella up there. Pittman couldn't hold the mark, made a good contest of it. Elmer's thrown off the footy, kick goes off the ground here from Gibbons, it's out of bounds, half forward plate position.
A little bit of nerves.
Bit of nerves there, Ron. Yep.
The hand pass was a good one there to his teammate there in Gibbons, and he put it down like a hot scone.
Boundary throw in, back into play. Pittman does the ruck work, knocked away by Widdowson, got it towards Milne. He run into a bit of stripe. The Monroe's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Pressure, as you said, Ronnie, was turned around as he kicked it. And the free kick coming up and going to take this one is little Jason Greaves.
Greaves long bomb up there looking for the high flyers. Bissett, yeah! Too big, too strong! And he out positioned Skoko comfortably.
And just in case it wasn't paid, Daryl Bissett swooped on it and kicked the goal, but it was a mark. I said before when we were off air, Laurie, that I thought Skoko would get the job on Corey. Is he the logical option down there?
Well, I thought they'd start him off there, Cookie, but I'm not so sure. I thought it just reminded me of last week. We're here again. That's how he plays, body on body, and he may be too strong for Skoko, but I think
he is.
They'll go with it for a while, I think.
But who else are you going to play there? I mean, Stewie Harbin's probably not quite tall enough, really, is he?
No, not at all.
They've got a problem, North Geelong. I've got to tell you.
You've tipped them.
That's why I'm a good judge.
Okay, well, you're giving yourself a pat on the back. Let's see if Corey Bissett can register the first major for the Anakie Kangaroos in the grand final of 94. He's only going to kick from about 30 or 20 metres out from goal. He comes in to kick for goal. Goal umpire drifts across a little. I think it's home, though. It's a goal. Corey Bissett answers the goal of Ivan Pastovic early stages of the first quarter. It's one goal all, and this will be a beauty.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a crackerjack game, Laurie, and you know, grand final footy brings the best out of you.
Definitely, Ron. I've been waiting all week for this game, and when the 5 or 6 days have gone and we're right here now, we're going to have a top contest here today.
Certainly, it's up to the players, but it really can be won or lost off the bench.
Well, that's possible too, but you know, I think they're pretty astute people that are down there on the bench, and you know, what are you going to suggest? We're going to make some mistakes there.
The bounce down was awkward. Jones almost took it out of the air, couldn't do so. Here comes little fella, was a light, it might have been.
Yes.
Kicks the ball out wide, it goes across the ground. In fact, should have gone up, but here comes Tate. Swings onto that left foot, they'll have to wait for that. Tate's kicked it back to centre half forward, up and under. Elmer goes up and gives away the free kick, no doubt about it.
Oh, there was no kick there.
He pulled his arms away, Ronnie,
the grand
and Jones
final
takes
umpire.
the free kick.
Weak as water.
A couple of poor kicks there from the Anakie players, and
Yeah, certainly.
could have made better of that.
Yeah, they certainly should have. Jovanovic made good use of it, though. Drills a beautiful daisy cutter straight down the throat of legs Boothroyd, who said, I'm going to kick a goal.
They're very costly turnovers, though. There, it's at the other end of the ground.
Well, Boothroyd, he's kicked 100 goals 3 year running. 2 years of it with Correa, this year with North Geelong. Comes in to shoot for goal. He kicks from 48 metres out. The kick is a magnificent kick. It's a ball burster. It's home. Oh, great kick from legs. Oh, that's a dangerous sign. Corey Bissett at one end and Rod Boothroyd at the other. We had a shootout last week between Marty Stewart and Corey Bissett. Corey kicked 7, Stewart kicked 5, and Anakie won the game. We might have the same thing today, Laurie.
We could well have it again. Tassie said before he hasn't seen too many big scores kicked at Westover. We might see it today. There's 3 goals in a matter of 3 minutes.
Let's hope so, because that's what brings the crowd to their feet and a commentator's dream, calling those 6-pointers. Back to the centre. Up they go for the guest video. Pye and Welsh thumps the ball to centre half forward. Back from Widdowson he goes. Whoop. out the centre wing, but it's all Anakie as Camerono now takes a bounce, comes inboard, but again the kick is an absolute shocker. Oh, couldn't mark the ball. Milne, the wanderer, the heap comes in, and look out, here comes the heap. But I'll tell you what, he lost the footy. Opportunity now, Brogden, over the top he goes, Hardiman under pressure, back to Jones, who's got all the time in the world to kick it out wide and fight Schwenneson.
He looks for Schwenneson and he finds him too, takes the mark easily, wants to hand pass away pretty quickly. It's all right too, he's got it to a teammate there, might have been Elzinga, was it, down the ground. He goes towards half forward, here comes Costello, went after it, kicked away from Costello there by Bellwood, up and under it goes towards the centre half forward. Darren Jolly in front takes a beauty. He played a great game last week and he's starting well this afternoon. Out wide is the call.
Boothroyd limping.
And he kicks the ball beautifully to Glenn Light, who takes the mark, and away goes the light bulb on left foot, up over half forward. Too much carry on the kick though, much too much there. And North Geelong mark. Oh, the kick's kicked it straight back to Light. You wouldn't believe it. He's fallen over at the crucial stage. He gets up, hand passes out wide, looks to Greaves. Greaves takes the ball, kicks it to centre half forward. Bissett uses the body, takes the mark over the top to Elmer. Oh, he left it behind. Elmer made a shocker mistake. In goes Bissett, lays the tackle. Here comes Camerono. Here comes the banana. He tries to banana this one back. He can't. It's offline, 1 point only. Jamie Elmer, poor effort. Should have gathered the footy in both hands before he was off. Laurie.
Disagree?
Well, I think the mistake was made before. I think
Daryl Bissett should have kicked the goal.
Definitely wrong option. Definitely.
Okay,
And called Camerono very ordinary.
Now here's the kick in from full back. It's heading out towards Brogden. I don't think he touched that before it went over the line, you know. I reckon this will be a free kick. No, he gathered it just in time. Right on the 50, as you can see there on the screen. And it's out of bounds on the far side of the ground. Anakie into attack.
Up they go, down she comes. Loose ball, Flinney, left foot, high ball, Heap out of position, Jones in front, takes a great grab for the Magpies. Gets up, plays on quickly, Skoko loose in defence. Steady, now looks out to centre wing, Jovanovic lost his footing, and umpire steady, he was tripped, I thought he fell over.
I thought he fell over.
I thought he fell over.
That makes three of us. Obviously, we're no good as umpires because Jovanovic gets the free kick.
That's very soft, though.
Okay, I've got the free kick scores.
I can't believe he got it.
And Anakie 0 as Jovanovic takes it from half back, goes to centre wing, too far for Hearn. Out comes Jolly, taps it to the ground. Hearn's in trouble, he's well tackled. Did he get rid of the football in time? No, so the umpire. And the free kick goes to Greg Bellwood on centre wing for North Geelong. He looks across the ground, he sees Brogden who's come down, he takes it and he goes on with that left foot. Long one down to the goal mouth, little push out down there. I'd suggest if you're going to pay one, you've got to pay them all.
G-O-G-O-L.
Yeah, Gogs. He's got the long sleeves off, the short sleeves on. It's not his free kick. He's got to give it back to the Bradford bat, who missed last week's game as suspension. He'd be pleased to be out there, Rod.
Yes, a welcome return at the expense of Robbie Burley, but Bradford's never played in a successful Anakie side or in a grand final, so good luck to him today. Now, Glenn Light over the top to Greaves. Hand pass a bit well weighted there for Elmer, who's infringed on Hardiman. And yes, Jamie Elmer, I'd be a bit annoyed as well. And that's two mistakes in as many minutes. Not good football.
GDFL bingo, first quarter scoreboard, 2 goals to North Geelong and 1 goal straight to Anakie.
Jones drives it out wide. Schwenneson just chips over the top. Lovely footy. Elzinga making good position. Plays on, but he's caught. Yes, good umpiring decision. Great tackle, Glenn Light, and he'll get the free kick.
Well, I've got that as the first free kick for Anakie, Ronnie, and I've got 5 down for North Geelong. So Anakie just a little bit overzealous perhaps at the moment.
Yes, they are.
Here's Light. He's had a million possessions already. Gets it out wide too. Gets it back there from Pittman. Light now, left foot around the body towards half forward. Good fist from behind. Oh, he's paid the mark, I think.
Nearly 50.
Bit soft.
Didn't think he marked
it's dry
that at all
day,
there,
boys. You've got to hold your marks.
Giving it back there to Stewie Hardman, I think it is, yep, on that left foot. He comes in, he goes up in front. Oh, good mark here. Vac just too tall on that occasion. I think he's playing at centre half forward, Taz, is he? He is. Just too tall there for Jolly, who had the sit but couldn't punch it away. Vac's kick into the forward zone. At the base of the pack, Gogol does well, picks it up and kicks the ball out to half back. Desperate lunge there, not paid to Flynn. Play on the hand pass over the top, comes to Eves. Eves goes inboard. Little left footer across the ground. Wasn't a particularly good kick, I didn't think, but it found Bellwood. He's able to kick it anyhow where, and the mark taken by Scott Simon at centre half back for Anakie.
Yeah, breaks clear, long bomb to the centre of the ground, but Steve Simpson comes through like a train. Alford traps it back to the run of Simpson, who goes for a goal from 50. Oh. Lovely kick, but nobody home for the Magpies, except that man, a go-goal.
G-O-G-O-L. The ever reliable. Right down there in the teeth of disaster. He takes the mark and he kicks it out wide. Looks for Pittman's up. Made a good contest, but didn't hold the mark. Unfortunately, Anakie picked up by a big back. Hand pass across the ground. Goes to Widdowson. He straightens up and goes for goal. Widdowson might be the first minor score of the afternoon. For either side it is. Marty Widdowson registers just one behind. And we'll ask Tassie to pick up where he's playing. He's played most of his footy in defence this year. He might line up into attack, I think, Taz.
He looks a bit like it, I think.
Okay. Playing a half-back flank. Thanks, Tassie. Just waiting now, Costello, who hasn't put a foot wrong throughout the final series. Brings the ball to the members' side. Looks for the big fellow Welsh, but he's not going to have it his own way this afternoon. There's good support there, Scotty Hearn. Breaks through centre wing, long kick to half forward. Back of the pack, Jason Tate takes a lovely grab.
I'm clapping because that was a magnificent kick there from Scotty Hearn. He wide-sized up the option and put it where Tate could mark it. He goes for Corey Bissett. He backs back, 1 bite, 2 bites, can't hold it.
Pulled off the ball.
The Ronnie. The kick come back towards the centre of the ground, but Camerotto it is who takes a nice mark.
Geez, they're pathetic, these umpires, aren't they?
Okay, Ronnie's at the umpires already. Here's Camerotto.
Well, if you're going to do it, you do it all day.
Up goes Skoko over the top, fists the ball to the ground. Jones gathers at ground level. He kicks the ball out wide. Half-back flank, Light doing well out there. He's doing very well. He gathers the ball, hand pass back to Little Flynn. He's got a bit of pace. He breaks away and goes on his left foot. The heaps at the back, and he takes the mark over the top of the enforcer.
Has to have a shot from here, I think.
I had the feeling that Malcolm Key might get the job on him, but too strong on that occasion. The heap, Darryl Bessett taking a good one.
Yeah, certainly, and he's not, it's just not an easy shot at goal. He kicked from 45-degree angle. Drop punt, it's a nice kick. It's going across the face. Oh, really a nice mark. Could have been a kick there too, and let go by umpire David Rhodes. And well, what can I say?
I'll say that the scoreboard shows 2-1-13 on the board to North Geelong. 1 goal, 1-7 on the board to Anakie. It's got the ingredients of a real good grand final, this, Ronnie. It's all been ball stuff at the moment. The umpires bounced the ball, went straight out of the bands, I reckon.
See how well he's going.
He's got to take it back and have another repeat performance. See Russell Brogdon in screen there. Mickey Gibbons with the long sleeves. What a game he played last week. Bounced out. Oh, Skoko goes up high, knocked the ball to the turf, goes towards the fence. Here comes Elmer, can't gather in. Hawkins Swinnerson, it's out of bounds. 7 points to 6 points the difference on the GDFL Bingo Centre first quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, pretty tough, isn't it? Hard to read, Van Eyck, but anyway, we'll get there. Okay, ball back into play. Comes to ground. Good work, Brogdon there to Simpson, but a high up and under. Well, Camerotto infringed with, should get the free kick and will.
Good call.
Wasn't any doubt about it either, was there?
No, not at all. I feel Anakie playing okay, but just making a few school errors.
Yeah, nerves, I'd say, the best part of Valor here at the minute, Laurie, and been so long.
Oh, there's one right on there.
That's a real skill there, Camerotto. He's kicked it straight into Sid Jones. Rebounded there to Little Flynn. He picks it up and goes on left foot out wide. He goes for Bissett. Keys in front. Play on as the call. Picked up by Pittman. He straightens up and goes for goal. Pittman's kicked a great one, I think. Yes, sir! Oh, great kick, Glenn Pittman. The big fella did well at ground level there after Bissett made the contest. And the big fella, Pittman, he's about 6'3", did very well and didn't miss from an angle either.
What a game of footy, gentlemen.
Actually, a couple of weeks ago, I felt Glenn Pittman's just running into a bit of form.
Me too. Has been down, and all of a sudden he's just starting to get the taste of it again. And he's a very handy big man to have running around kicking good goals like that, Laurie.
That's a top effort there.
Top effort.
Well, they've got Pittman's at centre-half forward, Corey's at full forward, and Darryl Bissett's in the pocket. They're three big blokes that have all got to be marked by big blokes, and, they're going to take a bit of licking up there in the
Bissett
forward line.
goes up. Now, this is putting a bit more pressure on North Geelong. Hardiman met solidly there by Jamie Elmer. Good, strong work, and, he pulled Hardiman up pretty quickly. 2 goals, 1 apiece, 13 on the GDFL Bingo Centre first quarter scoreboard. About 12 and a half, 14 minutes gone of the first term.
The bounce down, grandstand side of the ground, half forward flank. Welsh takes it out of the air and tumbles the punt into the forward zone. North Geelong player might have been held without it. No, play on as the call. They get in underneath it. Here's the big fella, Cabaret, grabs it. He kicked it high, gives Corey the chance. He's in front. It's knocked away from him. Can anyone kick it up the ground? Bissett's in there. So trying to kick it up. Oh, that nearly in the back to a player there. Elmer tries to slap it out. Corey kicks it up the ground.
Yes!
He's got it through. It took about 16 goes.
And it's on.
And Darryl Bissett and Malcolm Key just remonstrating there.
I think it's a goal.
It's a goal. All clear's been given. 4 points on the board. There's about 5 attempted kick off the ground.
Corey Bissett.
Corey Bissett got it. He's kicked his second. He kicked 2 goals in the first quarter last week, and he's kicked 2 so far in the first quarter. And Anakie have hit the front.
Actually, there was a comedy of errors there in that goal square. They got the handball out to Elmer. He got smothered.
What about Bissett?
Top effort.
Banging the ball back.
Yep.
Daryl Bissett set it up, but Elmer was then well collared. Corey just finished it off nicely. Great team effort. And
Just
I think
wide of Stewie Harbin's hand. I think almost got it on
That
the
all
line through.
started from you called Bissett, but it was Welsh's big hit out of the centre.
Did I say Bissett?
You
I
did
meant to-
say Bissett, but
I do apologise.
That's okay.
Paul
Yeah.
Walsh, because he hit it to 20 metres and putting pressure on the defence of the Pies.
Let's see how he goes this time. He's doing the ruck work. Got the hands on it again. Free kick being paid here. Might be a little Brogdon taking one for over the shoulder decision, I think that was. And Brogdon takes the ball out of the middle.
All holding there on Scotty Simon, but not paid. Jones butters up on Costello. Now Costello with strength kicks off the carpet. Good footy. Out to Glenn Light, who's absolutely on fire. Pissed on ground by a street. Kicks it long up there to half forward. As we see the bouncing ball can't get quite to the target of Pittman. And we'll have a boundary throw in out of side. Centre wing at the Western Oval.
Looks like Stewie Hardman's got Justin Tate now, has he, Tassie, over there? I think he has.
Yeah, you're right
Okay.
there, Cookie. One of the big problems Anakie got at the moment, Jimmy Elmer, who's tagging Jones, is carrying an injury at the moment when he copped early in the quarter. Jones and Eves and Swenison are doing a 3-way change on the half-forward flank, and he's just getting caught in between them a little bit.
All right, here's the handball, comes out all right from Bradford, gives it to Jolly. Jolly tumbles the kick just to the centre of the ground, not a particularly good one, and looks like Widdowson takes the mark there in front of Pittman. Widdowson goes just forward of the centre, not a particularly good kick. Oh, another free kick here to North Geelong. They got their share of those today.
You've got to be... Hang on. What's
50
going on?
Pretty ordinary decision, I thought, Ronnie.
It was Gogel's free kick.
And looks like, is that little Maroney, is it?
Yes, I think it is.
Well,
The
you
knee
know.
bandage on the left leg. I think it is Alan
It
Maroney. And
sometimes-
50 metres as well.
Yeah.
And he should kick the goal. He's only 25 metres out from goal. He comes in and drills at it. That's one been clapped through by Boothroyd. I think it's home. It is.
Another
and
run.
Maroney kicks his first of the afternoon.
And another blunder of Chris Rhodes, or David Rhodes. Thank you very much.
So that's 2 goals from free kicks to North Geelong, and they're both with 50-metre penalties accompanying, Ronnie.
Well, yeah, pretty ordinary for mine because they weren't there. I mean, if anything, they should have been the other way.
Okay. 3-1-19 on the board, Anakie. North Geelong have gone also to 3-1-19. It's all tied up here. And we have gone about 17.5 minutes of the first quarter on the Rocky 24-hour locksmith time clock waiting on the ball. Here it is. It's back now. Into the centre. Walsh versus Alford. Up they go. Eves actually got the hit down. Back towards centre forward. Here comes Jolly. The hand pass got to be good. Elmer's in a bit of stripe. He bends down. He can't pick it up though. It rebounds to Alford. He's knocked off the ball by Elmer. Well played, Jamie Elmer. He comes Alford again. He's at the base of the pack. He flips it out the back. It goes there to Big Welsh. And he takes the ball. And he sends the Anakie into attack out there towards Greaves.
Yeah, great work. Geez, Jamie Elmer's having a red hot dip, isn't he?
As Tassie just said before, he's carrying a bit of an injury. He's got a bit of a limp up there right now. So they wouldn't want to lose him, would they?
No way.
He's been one of the keys in their revival from the early stages of the season, hasn't he? He's played a very good year up over the top. Eves doing a bit of ruck work again, takes it out of the air, gets the hand pass away towards the fence, running onto it. Jason Greaves too close there for him and Simpson, and it's out of bounds.
I fancy wearing a long sleeve jumper on daylight today. Hey?
Well, some guys got a preference for long sleeve jumpers, and
Unbelievable.
maybe he's one of those guys.
There's Vicky Gibbons, he got a long sleever on too. Widdowson does the ruck work, knocked back there from Cameroto, gives it across to Elmer, left foot kick from Elmer, into the pocket, out comes Corey Bissett, can't take the mark, this case Daryl Bissett lays a great tackle.
Too high.
And has been penalised, and he gives Malcolm Key one under the chin just to make sure he knows he's around.
And got away with it.
And got away with it.
Can you
Another
believe it?
free kick there to North Geelong.
Malcolm Key, long bomb, up there to half back. In front there was Pittman, couldn't get a handle on the leather. Loose ball, pack of players. I think 1 minute or so when umpire will finally blow his whistle and bounce it down.
Taking a bit of time to get up there. Nearly 20 minutes gone. The Rocky's 24-hour locksmith time clock. Rocky, all the trophies out there too. Ronnie looks after us well.
Yeah, done a great job out there at Corio Village as we see there that Alford again get us down, but kicking off the carpet, Maroney there from the outstretched arm of Jolly. Again, Elzinga having trouble getting handles to footy out of bounds centre wing.
Well, there hasn't been the fireworks that some people predicted, Laurie. It's been good hard footy.
It's good. I expected it. That's the way I'd go myself. I didn't think there'd be anything untoward here. There's no point in doing that.
Craig Eves gets his third knockout for the quarter. He's dominating the ruckwork, the little fella.
He's obviously going to make up for missing out the last couple of weeks, I suppose, and he's going to do 3 or 4 jobs at the one go.
He's knocked that one out of bounds, didn't find a rover, but he gained 10 or 15 metres. We watch the umpire throw it back in again. Welsh this time. Eves again wins the hit down, gets it to Camerotto though. Camerotto up and under left foot kick. Pittman up in front, knocked away by Widdowson. It goes back towards Knight, is it? It's out of bounds. Yeah, there's a bit of a scrimmage on over here.
Camerotto.
Camerotto's in there, Orford's in there, Elmer's in there. There's a few more starting to arrive too. Not much happening, a bit of pushing and shoving. I can't see anything being thrown around in there, Laurie.
Just a battle of strength, gentlemen.
Banana gets up, he's got the jump half ripped up. Now I'd suggest. And the umpire talking to Paul Welsh. Might be the weather they're talking about, lovely day. Well, we're going to have another boundary showing on the far side of the ground, Ron. Here it comes. Back into play. Welsh tries to take it out of the air. The kick is smothered as he tried to get it clear. Pittman tried to crash his way through the pack. He was held in there. At the base of that pack doing well. Schwennerson holding it in for North Geelong, and it's a ball up on the far side of the ground. It's 19 points apiece in the grand final of 94. Both sides have got 3 goals, 1 on the board, and we've got about 22 minutes of the Rockies time clock.
Alford up high, got it to the direction of Jones, who has just lifted a cog after that last little fracker, but he just can't control the footy. And again, we'll have an action replay out of side centre wingers. Adam Gladkey, the emergency umpire, is just being a little bit cheeky towards us guest video commentators.
Up goes Pittman, knocks it over the back, but it winds up with Schwennerson. He's kicked, well, he didn't get one because he was thrown off the foot as he tried to. It's a real scramble out there on the far side centre wing at the moment. And we're going to have another ball up decision and a bit of a push me round again. And Schwennerson fell over someone there as he got up. Fell over backwards.
This has gone a bit flat, hasn't it? Ball's
yeah,
stuck
it's a
out
bit
there.
flat. The ball's been tied up out there for some 3 or 4 minutes, Ronnie, so need someone to take a chance. Up they go. Pittman goes up, knocks the ball to the ground. Jones underneath it, can't gather it. Pittman kicked away from him. Here comes Moroney, tries to kick it off the ground and gets the softest free kick we've seen for the afternoon so far, and we've seen a couple of shockers.
The umpire roads again.
They're chalking up the freezy in North Geelong. Scotty Simon's a chance in the centre of the ground here for Anakie. He can't handle the footy. Jones at ground level throws it out. Play on as the call. Here comes Widdowson. He's tackled, and this time we'll have a ball up in the centre of the ground. See if you can get out of this pack, Ronnie. It hasn't got anywhere for about 5 minutes.
I'll stir things up. The Magpies and the Roos do battle. Up they go. The big men fly for the guest video pie. No one gets to handle the leather. Camerotto nearly round-armed him, but he decided to let the Wanderer go through. Tap forward, nice work there back, but Jones slipped at the crucial time, and I think you'll find that, Flynn must get a free kick.
2 of them he could have had. He still hasn't been paid it. Oh, no, I'll get frustrated out there shortly, I reckon. Ball up decision.
Well, what can you say?
I've got down 9 free kicks to 2 in the favour of North Geelong at the moment, Ron. I don't think I've missed too many.
Well, if anything, it's probably more than North Geelong, but anyway, bounced out. Good work there again from Alford, who's a bit too tall for Welshie.
Little kick from Flynn across the face of the pack there. It's run out to the far side of the ground. Plays a little bit flat at this stage.
The calm before the storm.
Yeah, they're just testing one another out, aren't they? Neither side prepared to give an inch here. Up goes Widdowson from behind, another the top of Pittman, got the knockdown. Hand pass back from Light, wasn't too hot. Eves has pulled up the footy, made sure the umpire had a look at it, and he takes the free kick.
How weak. Hey?
No, I think it might have been there then.
Eves goes towards centre half forward. Out they come. Up goes Simon, knocks the ball to the ground. Here comes was that Gogol, got the hand pass away to Camerotto. He runs through the centre, runs past Alford, has a bounce, goes left foot towards half forward. From behind, Bissett makes a contest of it. He's got 2 on 1 though. Milnes there to do the buttering up. He kicks the ball back forward to the centre wing. Welsh gets this one. Hand passes it out there to little fella Gavin. Gavin over the top to Light, who's pulled off the footy. Perhaps he should get the free. Not paid. Brogdon, hand pass across to Jones. Straightens up on right foot and goes long to centre half forward. Anybody home? No mark taken. Schwennerson's a chance. He dribbles at the goals. Is it through? It's there. I think it's there. Yes, sir. Timmy Schwennerson kicks the goal.
And it's on Jolly and Boothroyd. Hey, what a terrible effort there from Scotty Simon, who just watched as Schwennerson walked away from him.
Well,
he was standing right next to him.
Swinnerson swooped onto it.
He didn't even have a go at him, no. He should have stopped him in his track. Terrible football, Scotty Simon. Easy goal there, Timmy Schwennerson. And the Pies are back in front.
I thought the free kick could well have gone to the Anakie player. Just forget who it was coming through here. Pulled off the footy for mine, Roddy.
Yes, Cookie. And
You've got to play them both ways if you're going to play those ones.
That's right. The inconsistency is the frustrating issue that we're talking here. It's not so much the number of free kicks, it's how and where they're done.
Well, Craig Oo's got one for exactly the same thing just 30 seconds earlier.
Well, if they're going to do it all day, but that's the trouble. They're too inconsistent.
Okay, there's Jamie Elmer in the centre there with Daryl Jones. Ready on the bounce, there it is. That's a better looking bounce. It's up in the air.
Yeah, that should be a free kick against Alford for shepherding.
Now, which way is it going to go?
It's got to go. It's got to go. If anyone knows anything about football, Welsh should get the free kick.
Good call, Ron.
Okay, well picked up, Roddy. And listen to the ironic cheers in the background there too, no doubt about it. Big Welsh takes the free kick. He goes for Bissett. Up he goes down.
Tell someone. Get someone to go and tell Bissett to get in front.
Here comes Simpson. Runs it over the boundary line. Yes, he's been behind on most occasions, Rod. Perhaps that's a plan to kick it long and high to him, but you better off being in front.
He's been caught a couple of times there behind.
Should know better. Elmer, a little quiet, but he's got a quick kick and cop one for his corner, and we'll get the free kick. No, it's Pittman. Well, we're all guessing. It's a bit like lucky numbers at the minute. Pittman, long bomb up to the teeth of goal. Bissett, well, not the way there. Glenn Milne, under pressure there. Copy one a little bit high was Brogdon. It allows little Greasy to chip it across. Elmer!
Gavin it was, and well played. Oh, jeez. Okay, here comes Jones out of the fence. We won't do the umpire. We'll leave it to them. They're not doing very well at it at the moment, I don't think. He goes up with the mark taken here at a half back. There was Scotty Simon, was it? Long kick. Yes, it was. Down the ground, and Tate takes the mark. This player's a good player, Laurie. I like this game last week.
I've been impressed with him, Cookie. I thought Jamie Alba could have put two hands out there before. That was a little bit easy.
Corey Bissett can't mark, so he knocks it away. Here comes Camerono, tries to crash his way through the pack, left it behind. Hand pass from Corey Bissett to Daryl Bissett, chips it cleverly across to Gibbons, who takes the mark inside 50. Mickey Gibbons, this will test him though. He's got to kick at 50 to clear the pack. He elects now to straighten up. Oh, he's kicked it to the man on the mark. He's got the rebound. Now he's got one over the shoulder, tapped it further afield. The Woods Tate. He fell over, tapped it out wide. Anakie making critical mistakes here under a bit of pressure, and made one mistake there, not under pressure.
Well, Glenn Milne made a blue too, because he had the ball in his hand and then it jumped out. A lot of fumbles, and that's grand final fever for you.
Exactly right, but they're very, very crucial mistakes. And that ball should have been, I think, Anakie have got to move the ball around a little bit more on the forward line, chip it around as they're doing at the moment.
Yes, certainly.
Corey and Daryl not going to get it as easy this week as they did last week.
No way.
The bounce down, Bellwood was the recipient of a good knockout. He kicked it to Woods. Swinnerson, who couldn't take the mark. Jovanovic kicks it off the ground with a bit of pace. He goes down to half forward. Out comes Moroney as it takes gives the hand pass up over the top. It was. He give it to Vac. Vac's in trouble. He's hand passed it back into the corridor. It's not a bad one either. Pastovic picks it up. He fires a hand pass further out wide. Here comes Eves. Pastovic's there to help him. In goes Bradford. Kicked it off the ground at the right time.
Good
well
work,
done,
Camerono.
Got it out and then did the shepherding too to Scotty Simon, who goes on that left foot. Bissett's behind again, but he's got this one. Big Darrell's had the push out. He's taken the mark.
Oh, what about
He chips it over quickly. There's no doubt there was a push there for mine, Ron. He chipped it over very quickly over the top to find Big Tate, and he should go back and have a shot.
Well, mate, we're 150 metres away and saw it. The umpire's 30 metres away and didn't see it.
We should have three umpires.
Oh, right. We got one too many at the moment. Might have two too many the way they're going. Perhaps they've got nerves too.
That's a good call. No, they should not.
Here comes Tate. Important kick, because Anakie had a bit of the ball without scoring in recent minutes. Lovely kick from Tate. Is it online? No. Just drifted away to that left-hand post. Lovely kick off the boot, but just the minor score.
3-2-20 Anakie. Trail North Geelong 4-1-25. 26 minutes gone of the first term.
Skoko kicked it to himself there. He put that down as two stats, a kick, a mark, and now another kick. He goes long to centre wing. Swinnerson overrun it, so too did Simon. Here comes Elmer. Looks to be limping a bit, as you called there before, Tassie, no doubt about it. He paddles the ball away from back, though, and Jones, and knocks it over the boundary line. Throw in half forward, flank North Geelong in attack.
Good shot of the crowd and enjoying the entertainment here provided by these two good sides, and should be a great contest, Cookie.
Well, there's a bit of a hush around the ground. There's a bit of an air of expectancy at the moment. Both sides trying one or another out, but with good physical stuff. Nothing dirty in it so far. Jolly goes up and knocks the ball to the turf. Here come the Magpies through Bellwood. Back to Woods Jones. Here come Widdowson. Widdowson on left foot. Hooked it back into the corridor. Good kick, Marty Widdowson. Up goes Costello. Can't hold the mark at ground level. Here's Bradford Bat. The kick smothered there by the big fella Boothroyd. Well done, legs. He's held it in. Bradford paddles it towards the fence. Good desperate effort from a forward. Good to see that stuff, Laurie.
Top effort there, Cook. I'm just having a quick look to see where Timmy Swinner's is. Can you see him, Tess? Oh, okay, right.
Tassie's just told us a three-way change between Eves, Jones and Swinnerson as they're rotating that on the half-forward line. This is a good kick from Camerotto out of defence, and nice mark taken by Pittman. He's had a good first quarter, I reckon. Pittman, he's been in the play. He's a real contester. He goes towards Hardman and Tate. Hardman the front position, knocks to the ground. Bellwood gets the hand pass back towards Hardman. In goes Gavin, lays a high tackle there on Simpson. Advantage is paid. The free kick was there. He goes on left foot down towards half-forward. No one able to take a mark. Camerotto at ground level does well, gets it to Welsh. Who goes to Vanovic, had the elbow raised a little bit there. Welsh, he spun away from him. Here comes Swinnerson. Elmer pulls into the turf.
Too high.
He stopped him.
And the free kick going this way, and this one is going to be taken by Timmy Swinnerson.
Lovely kick too, right to the teeth of goal. Oh, back of the pack, Boothroyd nearly pulled in a streamer to Brogdon. Put down your glasses. No, he didn't quite get hold of it. As we see now that Costello, Bradford a bit out of touch. As we see Costello again butter up and did very well.
Bit of pressure down that defence though, Ron.
Yeah, very much so.
It was a good effort to smother Brogdon's kick though.
Great effort.
Didn't get it far, did he? And looked on his natural left foot, it looked all right. Here's Greg Bellwood in screen there with Mickey Gibbons. Running on the boundary. That's a magnificent throw in. That gives the ruckman every chance. Actually, Jones came from the side, leapt up, knocked to the ground. Here comes Camerotto. The siren's gone. As Camerotto was about to be off with the ball. Pretty entertaining first quarter. Scoreboard shows us that North Geelong have got 4-1. That's 25 points on the board. That's the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard, of course. Anakie have got 3 goals, 20 points. It's 5 points the difference at quarter time. Goal kickers in the first quarter for North Geelong. Boothroyd 1, Swinnerson 1, and goals. Both goals, these goals from free kicks and 50-metre penalties to Alan Moroney and Ivan Pastovic, whilst for Anakie, Glenn Pittman kicked a lovely goal, and Corey Bissett's got 2.
Yes, better players first of all for North Geelong. Gee, none better than I thought. Neil Alford was doing very well in the aerial contests in that first quarter. Sydney Jones, as usual, picked up his regular 15 possessions and did very good for the North Geelong side. Stevie Simpson at half-back, I thought was very impressive, also repelling many forward thrusts from the Anakie side. And other than that, it's a bit tough to pick out other good players.
There's been no real shining lights on, has there?
No.
Everyone's doing their little bit for their side, but I thought Jones was the best player on the ground for North Geelong in that first quarter. I thought he played very well, and he did well. Thought Eves did all right also, and Brogdon had a few kicks around the packs too. Whilst for Anakie, Corey Bissett's kicked 2 goals. If he does that every quarter, he winds up with 8. You nearly give him the best player again.
Yeah, certainly.
But for that, other good players too. Camerotto, I thought, played pretty well. Darren Jolly at half-back, and of course, I thought the fella at half-forward doing very well, Big Glenn Pittman. But it's quarter time here. The margin is 5 points on the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard. That is in favour of the favourites, North Geelong. And we'll be back in the second quarter, coming right up.